Oh my goodness. The UFC has just announced Anthony Fluffy Hernandez versus Rainier DeRitter for the main event of UFC Fight Night Vancouver, and I couldn't be more excited for that fight. The goofiest goober in the weight class fighting the actual bully of the weight class is this is going to be an absolute barn burner of a fight. But on top of that, we also have other fights announced. A few of them we already knew were official, like uh, Eamon Zahabi versus Cheeto Vera, as well as, yep, we already knew that. Eamon Zahabi versus Cheeto Vera, and we come to find out Manon Fior versus Jasmine Jasdavicius. I love all four of these fights. Oh yeah, of course we got Kevin Holland versus Mike Mallet, but like, actually I'm kind of excited for that fight. I think someone's getting hit with that 45-70. But let's work our way up. Let's start talking about Jasmine Jasdavicius versus Manon Fior. This is a crazy fucking fight. But I'm gonna lean towards Manon Fior just because I don't think Jasmine can get her down to the ground. And Fior looked pretty decent against Shevchenko in her last fight. Fior is tall. She has okay power. She's really physical. She can muscle the girls around. But Jasdavicius is nasty. She has great combinations, great setups, really, really good takedowns, submission games, ground and pound. She's really, really good and well-rounded, and I want Jasdavicius to win. I'm going to be rooting for Jasdavicius to win, especially since he lives and trains in Canada. So, definitely going to aim for her to win. Would love to see her win. But on to the next fight. We have Mike Mallet versus Kevin Holland. Now, this one is actually kind of crazy, because even though Kevin Holland lacks a lot of fundamental things, he also just has the ability to shut you off whenever. And I'm very, very intrigued by the ground exchanges between the two of them. Mike Mallet has pretty good wrestling and pretty good jiu-jitsu, and Kevin Holland has pretty bad wrestling and really good jiu-jitsu. So I'd love to see the scrambles between the two of them, as well as the intricate guard work between the two of them. And we all know that Mike Mallet does not have the best gas tank, but he hits really hard too. Holland got dropped pretty bad like a month ago, and now he's trying to come back in like a month or two. That's a crazy, crazy, crazy turnaround. And it might be his downfall. But also, Mike Mallet, we've seen him get broken from pushing the pace. When he was fighting Neil Magny, he had no resistance to him whatsoever and just gassed out and quit. And that wasn't even a full 2 years ago. That was in January of 2024. You're still that same guy. I doubt that you've changed that much in 18 months. So I'd still love to see it. I want to see what's going to happen between the two of them. But I'm leaning towards Holland. Holland just went to war. He got that 45-70. He seems to never really slow down, no matter how crazy the fight gets. I'm leaning Holland. Next up, we also have Eamon Zahabi versus Cheeto Vera. Cheeto Vera is coming back from his long layoff after getting almost murked by Davison Figueiredo last year. He's back fighting Eamon Zahabi, and I don't know. I do not know. I can easily see Eamon Zahabi winning a decision in this one, just because he always fights behind a really, really solid game plan. And Cheeto Vera is, kind of fucking dumb. I swear he doesn't want to win fights at times. He'll sit there and allow the fight to get away from him. And I don't mean he's not throwing. Like, I don't mean he's throwing something back. I literally mean he's just standing there with a high guard, getting his ass handed to them, and refusing to do anything about it. His coach is screaming at him to do things, and he just stands there and does nothing. Even in the fights where he wins, like against Rob Font, he did nothing against Rob Font. For the first 9.5 minutes of that fight, it was the Rob Font show. Font was landing everything he wanted. jabs, twos, uppercuts, right hands. Like, it was just not what you want to see from an up and coming contender. And then we have Ayman Zahabi on the other hand, who will do things, will mix in the grappling, will try to finish submissions, will try to grit it out to a decision if he has to. He's in good shape. He's got a decent skill set, and he also understands this is his one shot. This is his one and only shot. This dude's in his late 30s. He understands this is his only shot. Cannot lose a fight. He cannot afford to be set back for 6 months, for a year. He needs to get this now if he ever wants to be champion. So I believe in him to get this one done by decision over the course of 15 minutes. I'm really liking Ayman Zahabi's pressure, his pace, and not liking Chito Vera's comeback mentality, because he lets the fight get away from him entirely too much, and then it's unmanageable to get back. And then next up, finally talking about the main event of this card, we have Reiner de Ridder versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. I'm so excited for this fight. Right now, I'm leaning towards de Ridder, actually. De Ridder's really good, and he's got those nasty, nasty knees to the body. If it's one thing about Anthony Hernandez, is that outside of the Roman Dolidze fight, in every fight he gets hurt bad. And even in his last loss, which was back in 2020, Kevin Holland blasted him with a bunch of body kicks early and stopped him like that. And I think de Ridder getting to those knees to the body early would absolutely stop Anthony Hernandez in his tracks. With that being said, though, Anthony Hernandez has a great ability to recover and has an even better gas tank. If this starts turning into a grappling fight, I feel that he's going to positionally dominate de Ridder. De Ridder's going to have some really crafty moments off his back where he tries to throw up triangles, inverted triangles, roll for certain things, but Hernandez is just going to keep building. And on the feet, de Ridder's goofy, but Anthony Hernandez has some real power. And I don't like de Ridder being almost flatline KO'd by Whitaker at the end of July and then coming back like midway through October. Like, that's not a good look. I 100% believe in Hernandez to get this done, but I'm going to lean de Ridder until I watch a little more tape on both. The problem with de Ridder is that a lot of his competition when he was in 1FC were like worse than GM3 level opponents, because they're just some random fat guys who are kind of old. And he gets through these guys with ease, but it's like, come on, man. What are you doing? So, I'm going to lean towards de Ridder. But it's not a good look when I see people like Vitaly Bigdash on your record. That was some random 40-year-old Russian guy. Granted, he trick-shotted him by like subbing him with an inverted triangle choke in the round 1. But the position he ended up with to even throw up that inverted triangle is not something you really want to see. But this is going to be a gritty war. And if anyone's getting the finish, it could honestly be both ways. De Ridder's so scary on the ground when he's having his way. I've seen him get dominated before, and if anyone could emulate the style to dominate him, which is you have to go after him swinging big power, Hernandez. I can see Hernandez getting this one done. But I'm leaning de Ridder until I watch a little more tape. Just a little more tape. I got to see how Hernandez recovers a little better and how de Ridder finishes a little better. But for right now, I think that's all that is it. And until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, even comment, and hit the notification bell so you can always get notified when I drop another video. We hit GM. Long hard road. We hit GM.